pitch after pitch, game after game, year after year. It's hard to beat quality pitching. From the mounds to the bullpen to the win column, good pitching puts you in position for the postseason. The Phillies continue to get dominating performances from their starting rotation, and the bullpen has been finishing things off night after night. You're as good as your next day's starter. And look who's next. 4 in a row and counting for the Phils. And guess what? They've got their ace, Roy Halladay, on the mound as they get set for Game 2 of a 3-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Chris Wheeler. Gary Matthews will be along a little later on. Well, how about this Phillies pitching? You know, at the start of the year, everybody talked about the Phillies offense and wondered how the starting pitching in the bullpen would be. Well, as we head into the month of September, I guess you can see that everything is fine.
Well, you think about it, Tom, the last 3 years, everybody's talked about the offense for the Phillies. And why did they go to the World Series? Because their pitching has been very, very good. And this year, well, it's terrific because they added Roy Oswalt. What a great job he did at Dodger Stadium, and had bright sunshine the other day. He had threw a lot of pitches, but he got a bunch of strikeouts and some walks. Cole Hamels is Cole Hamels. This guy is back to where he was a couple of years ago, and maybe even better, because he didn't have the cutter a couple of years ago that he has now. Pitched a tremendous game here last night. Big strikeout there on Escobar with a couple men on base late in the game. Now the bullpen, if you're going to have a good year, your bullpen has to do the job. Chad Durbin. Contreras came in last night and was outstanding. Brad Lidge, who was not able to go last night, has picked it up big time. And Ryan Madsen came in and got the final 3 outs for the Phillies to win a 1-0 game, and he picks up the save. Had a real good change up there to Braun through a cutter. Prince Fielder thankfully hit that to the deepest part of the ballpark. Shane Victorino ran it down, and the Phillies had, as I said, another 1-0 win. Last 41 games starting July the 22nd. Everybody knows the offense has been in hibernation for the most part, but look at the job that the starters and the bullpen have done. Save opportunities pretty good, 19-9 for the starters, and an opponent's batting average, 248, and the ERA under 3. So pitching carries this team right now, and when you get into postseason, you really need pitching, and the Phillies want to get into that tournament because they think they have pretty good pitching.
And the Phillies this year have 5 1-0 victories. That ties the San Diego Padres and the Los Angeles Dodgers for the high in the National League. They'd like to score some more runs for tonight's starting pitcher, Roy Halladay. He'll be opposed by Philadelphia native Dave Bush, who's making his 27th start of the season. Another sold-out crowd expected here at Citizens Bank Park when we return the lineups and the first pitch. the Penn State Alumni Pep Band and the cheerleaders off the victory today against Youngstown State. If you look closely in the sea of band members, you might be able to see Wheels. No, Wheels wasn't a member of the band. Wheels, you weren't in the band, were you?
No. No band.
A pretty good entertainment before the start of this ball game. And that sound was heard an awful lot today as Penn State defeated Youngstown State. We get set for game 2 here at Citizens Bank Park. Let's take a look at the Brewers starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading it off at second base, Ricky Weeks. The right fielder, Corey Hart, bats second. Ryan Braun hits third, followed by the cleanup batter, Prince Fielder. Casey McGee's the third baseman. He'll bat fifth. Chris Dickerson is in center tonight. He'll hit sixth for the Brewers. Alcides Escobar, the shortstop, bats seventh. Jonathan Lucroy is the catcher. He'll hit eighth. And batting ninth and pitching is Dave Bush. And they'll face Phillies right-hander Roy Halladay, who's making his 29th start of the year. And look at those numbers. What else can you say?
How about 214 innings? And he got a few more starts left, to say the least. This guy is just a horse and has done a tremendous job. Here's a scouting report from Southwest Airlines. Last 2 starts, he's 0-2. Of course, the Phillies don't score many runs for him. He's only pitched 1 game against the Milwaukee Brewers, and that was a number of years ago at the Rogers Center when he was with the Blue Jays.
Well, here's Ricky Weeks to start things off, and he delivers a fastball for strike one, and we're underway on a breezy, comfortable night here at Citizens Bank Park. Ricky Weeks last night was 0 for 3 with a walk. Overall hitting .269, 25 home runs, 75 RBIs.
As you said, breezy, Tom, and everybody knows how windy it's been in the Philadelphia area today. The wind is going to knock the ball down to left field if it's high in the air, as you see there out of the northwest, and it will help the ball going towards right and right center.
Another strike at the knees with another fastball, and it's 1-2. Last night, Cole Hamels, who was brilliant in his outing against the Brewers, he came out throwing soft stuff, one after another, in the first few innings. Well, tonight, Roy Halladay's thrown 3 pitches, and he's thrown 2 really good fastballs to Ricky Weeks. And a breaking ball, and it's even 2-2. Take a look at some of the numbers for the Brewers, and a lot of times, from game to game, you see first pitch swinging from Ricky Weeks, from Corey Hart, from Ryan Braun, particularly if it's a guy trying to throw a get me over fastball. Roy Halladay's a little different guy, and it's 3-2.
And he doesn't really own a get me over fastball. Everything he throws moves.
There's Corey Hart. Top 3 hitters in the Brewers lineup last night, 0 for 10, which was one of the reasons why Cole was so effective. And a foul tip into the glove of Ruiz. Can't teach it, but Ruiz is able to squeeze it and hang on. One away.
Yeah, that was perfect. Gloves in the right spot. Ball came right back. Thump. And they get him. It's a fastball. See him foul it right into the glove of Carlos Ruiz, and you get that first out.
So Ricky Weeks is retired. One away. And here's Corey Hart. Weeks and Hart began last night's ball game with back-to-back strikeouts. And a breaking ball in there for strike one.
What Cole Hamels did to Corey Hart last night, threw him back-to-back curveballs to start his first at bat.
Good numbers overall. A 2-time All-Star. And he was looking curve, and he got a fastball. And he was off balance. It's 0-2. Halladay, during his last outing, allowed 10 hits against the Dodgers, and he had a great quote after the game. He talked about the offense or the lack thereof. But he also said, I felt like I was a little sloppy all night. I made a couple of good pitches, and I made some bad pitches along the way, too. I knew early on it was going to be a little bit of a grind for me. Not the case last night for Cole Hamels. Over to third, backhanded nicely by Polanco. Deep behind the bag, 2 away.
Well, that guy has really played well third base this year. You know, the Phillies do not sign Pedro Feliz, who was so good at third base for a couple of years. But, you know, Polanco, he doesn't have the arm, and he has to play a little more shallow maybe than Feliz, but he has a quick release, and his arm is very accurate. And look at that, what he's done over there. He's just been tremendous.
And he's by far has a better fielding percentage than Scott Rolen, who's outstanding, obviously. But Rolen is second. And Polanco with 63 consecutive games without an error. 2 away. Here's Ryan Braun. And they work him in, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Braun was 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout last night, which dropped his average over the last 13 games to 380. That's right. He was hitting close to 400 before last night. in his last dozen or so ball games.
Well, Roy's using all his pitches right out of the chute. Fastball, curveball, cutter. He's throwing a changeup.
It's a fastball that just kept on bearing down and in against Ryan Braun. It's 1-2.
We talk about kid around and get me over fastball. He can't, I don't know if he can throw the ball straight. Everything he throws moves.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Like that.
Yeah, same pitch. This time Braun didn't bite. It's 2-2.
I mean, that is a heavy, heavy sinker.
And a call, strike 3, right on the inside corner. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Halladay. 1 swinging, 1 looking for the Brewers at the top of the first. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Middle of the first. It's the Brewers nothing, and the Phils coming up. Saturday night. Let's take a look at Charlie's starting lineup, brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading it off at shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Placido Polanco bats second. Chase Utley hits third, followed by the first baseman Ryan Howard. Jason Worth is in right field, batting fifth. Raul Ibanez hits sixth. Shane Victorino is in the 7-hole tonight. He's in center field. Carlos Ruiz, the catcher, bats eighth. And batting ninth at pitching is Roy Halladay. And they will face right-hander Dave Bush, the 30-year-old from Conestoga High School, making his 27th start of the year. Wheels
has pitched well in this ballpark. Took a no-hitter into the 8th inning here last year. Here's our Southwest Airlines scouting report. And he will use his off-speed pitches effectively. He has a real good overhand curveball. Likes to use that changeup, slider, spot his fastball.
And he spots one over for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Jimmy Rollins leading things off here in the bottom of the first. Jimmy was 0 for 4 last night. He grounded out a couple of times. He hit one ball sharply to third that Casey McGee snared for a nice play.
I think Jimmy thought that was a strike. He never complains. Every once in a while his body language will give you an indication.
Flare, foul, and out of play. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Thomas Jones of Philadelphia. If the Phillies hit a home run in tonight's ball game, then Thomas will win $200. Jimmy 6 for 21 lifetime against Dave Bush. And Bush tried that fastball inside. It didn't come back, and it's 1-2. Bush says he always likes to come back here and pitch. It's always nice to pitch in my hometown. It's fun to have all of my family here watching me play. So he graduated from Conestoga High School, went on to Wake Forest, where he was a catcher, and then was converted to a pitcher. And it all worked out. Originally selected in the second round in 2002 by the Blue Jays. There's that curve that Wheels was talking about. And Dickerson froze for a moment and makes the catch.
Yeah, he likes to flip that curveball up there, and it can be very effective. Here's what happened last year. He was pitching a no-hitter into the 8th inning. And it really looked like he was going to get it. Everything seemed to be going right for him. There's that breaking ball. He struck out Chris Coast. High fastball there to Jimmy Rollins. Got a fastball by Chase Utley. And then in the 8th inning with 1 out, Matt Stairs off the bench. And it was down the line. And it hit the pole. And you see Bush's reaction there like, man, I almost pitched a no-hitter in my hometown. He did win the game. I think it was 6-1. It was 6-1.
Yeah, it's the 3rd time in his career he had pitched into the 8th inning with a no-hitter and lost it in the 8th inning. Polanco bends back, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Paulie last night was 1 for 3. He singled 4 hits and 11 at-bats against Bush in his career.
It's a breaking ball that didn't break.
Pop up right side of the infield. Brinsfield at the first baseman puts it away for the 2nd out. Well, it's time now for the keys to the game, brought to you by Nissan Wheels.
Well, how about score for Roy? Good chance you'll get a win if you do. And hey, how about this? Finally going to play 2 games in a row in the same city. Phillies won in Los Angeles. They won in Colorado and Denver, and they won here. 3 wins in 3 different cities in 3 different days.
First time since 2003 that the Phillies had 3 games in 3 different cities. They played in Florida, Cincinnati, and Los Angeles back in 2003.
And they didn't win all 3 of those because they lost in Cincinnati. Because the day we got there, Bob Boone got fired.
So here's Chase Utley with 2 outs in the bottom of the 1st. And it's 0-1. Hey, it's the end of the model year, and Nissan's laying it all on the line. Nissan's bottom line sales event going on now. Chase was 0 for 3 last night with a walk. 7 for his last 16. And he lays off an inside pitch, and it's taken for strike 2. That was a cutter for Bush. Chase has 5 hits against Bush in his career and does have him in his book with a home run. 5 for 19.
Well, he will throw home run balls. Threw 3 in his last start in Pittsburgh, won that game, and has thrown 25 overall this year. Phillies hit 2 off him in that game in Milwaukee, both by left-handed hitters, Howard and Ibanez.
And back on the 11th of August of this year, he became the 3rd player in Major League history to allow home runs to 4 consecutive hitters.
Yeah. Ibanez and Howard, by the way, didn't hit them. Those were off Randy Wolf. I prepared that today.
Prepared for tomorrow's
start?
start?
I got a little bit ahead there.
Working ahead.
Yeah.
Well, it's quick turnaround.
Well, real quick.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Reds defeated the Cardinals 6-1. Johnny Gomes had a double and 2 RBIs. This Randy will start tomorrow. And the Reds continue to pad their lead in the Central. 8 games up over the Cardinals.
And the San Diego Padres are in danger of losing their 9th in a row.
Unbelievable.
They had lost 1 in a row when the Phillies went in there last week.
They had lost 3 straight only 1 time before the Phillies arrived.
1 time, that's it.
Well, they're trailing at 6-2 in the 9th to the Rockies.
When you say 1 in a row, they had lost a game when the Phillies went in there. Trying to talk about consecutive stuff. But now it's not. It has a chance to be 9 in a row unless they have a big rally in the 9th. And there's no way you could see that coming with their pitching the way it was going, because their staff was so good, their starting staff, you really didn't think they could have a long losing streak. But that's baseball.
Every team goes through at least one valley in a season of peaks.
Usually more than one. And you try to keep those valleys away this time of the year.
Ball shoots it to the crowd.
Because it does a lot of damage when you have valleys now.
Well, if you look at the overall records of the leaders in the National League, the Reds have the best record at 79-56. Then the Braves. Then the Phillies. Then the Padres. That's how good the Phillies have been, and that's how much the Braves have struggled recently. Or Padres have struggled recently. 2-2 the count to Chase. And a foul tip into the glove of Lucroy, and the side is retired. So 1-2-3, bottom of the first. Took a lot of pitches to get Chase Utley, but Dave Bush is through one. We go to the second. $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs. Prince Fielder leads it off against Roy Halladay, and he hits one in the air. Towering shot to right. Jason Worth going back. Warning track wall, and it is gone. A solo home run for Prince Fielder on the first pitch. And it's 1-0 Milwaukee.
Well, it's the wind. You know, you get the ball up in the wind like that to right and right center tonight, and it has a chance. That was a routine fly ball a lot of nights, a lot of days here. But, you know, it's shallow out in that part of the ballpark, and a big guy like Prince Fielder gets one that high. It has a chance. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and it's up out over the plate a little bit, and he just gets it way up in the air, and the wind does the rest.
29th home run, 70th RBI for Fielder. And the first pitch to Casey McGee, this is outside. First 2 innings, if Roy Halladay has had one problem this season, and it really isn't a problem. He hasn't given up a whole lot of earned runs, but the first 2 innings he's given up a combined 21 runs this year. After that, he settles in.
And that happens to a lot of really good starting pitchers. They give those runs up early.
Two and two the count to McGee, who last night was 1 for 3 with a single. He's the Brewers' leader in RBIs with 86. After last year collecting 66 RBIs, and he just barely got a piece of that pitch. Roy has lost 2 consecutive games, but has allowed just 3 earned runs in each of the games. Line drive, 1 hopper, picked up by Polanco. 1 away. Hey, if you're traveling this season, take the Phillies with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Phillies game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Phillies.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. With 1 out, Chris Dickerson will bat for the first time in the series. Brewers acquired Dickerson from the Cincinnati Reds before the trade deadline as they sent Jim Edmonds to Cincinnati. And he swings at the first pitch, and it's 0-1.
Dickerson's a guy that the Reds kept waiting on. They really thought he had a chance to be a good player, and still may be. But they got better out in that outfield with some other guys and just decided he was expendable.
Well, most notably Drew Stubbs, who took over the center field job.
Yeah, we used to see the Reds a lot in spring training, of course, when they were in Sarasota. They moved to Arizona last year for the first year in Goodyear. And saw Dickerson play a lot in those games, and they were very high on him.
0-2 the count. Try to check his swing, and it's 1-2. Roy, this year, in games that he's pitched, the Phillies have been shut out twice, have scored only 1 run 6 times, and have scored 2 runs 3 times for him. You think about his overall win-loss record. He's 16-10, an earned run average of 2.30, which is second to Matt Latos in the National League. But you project where he would be as he wanted that pitch if the Phillies had scored some runs for him. It's amazing, but as he said, that's the way it goes.
You got that right, that he wanted that pitch. And he just turned around and walked away. And he slaps at it coming back. He doesn't hide his emotions.
Particularly when he gives up a leadoff home run.
He wasn't happy about that one, especially because he knows it was kind of windblown.
Off the end of the bat, Halladay to the right of the hill and 2 away.
You know, Roy Halladay, big guy that he is, look how under control he was going after that ball. You know, a lot of pitchers are not like that. They just are not good athletes necessarily. They panic on ground balls. Well, just watch him approach this. He reads what kind of hop it's going to be, bends over, picks it up, and throws him out. That doesn't seem like a big deal. But how many times do you see a pitcher on a play just like this? They panic, they bobble it, and the guy's safe. He is really good at fielding his position. And we've gotten to see that, you know, up close and personal this year.
Escobar tries to butt his way on, and Ruiz nearly retired him on a fantastic effort. Ball just wasn't hit high enough, but Carlos nearly picked it.
And he found that one right away, too, so he had a chance again, as you say, Tom. Just wasn't high enough. No chance to get rid of the mask.
Oh, into the count. That's the problem for a guy like Escobar. If he tries to bunt on that first pitch and misses or takes it or fouls it off, then he's quickly in the hole. And then he comes back and does that. He rips it to deep left, and it's 2-0 Milwaukee. 4th home run of the year for Escobar, and it's the 2nd one of the inning for the Brewers.
That's the way these guys beat you. And they'll hit long balls, and he just made a big mistake with that pitch then. Here's a guy trying to bunt for a hit because he's thinking that might be my best way to get on, and he hits a line drive home run. Look at that thing. Ran right back over the middle of the plate, and does he barrel it? Now they wanted that ball anywhere but where it wound up.
So 2 solo home runs, one from a guy you might expect, and one from the guy that you wouldn't expect. Prince Fielder hit the first one. Escobar hit the second one.
And that's where you're going to have. If you're going to hit home runs to left tonight, you got to hit them low like that. The higher they are, the tougher it'll be to hit it. At least at this point in the game with the wind still blowing. It's supposed to die down.
They appeal. No swing, says Jim Joyce, the first base umpire. Jonathan Lucroy, 1 for 3 last night with a single. Fly ball down the right field line. Jason Worth, as the wind takes it into foul territory, and he runs out of room.
Gives you an idea how it's blowing towards that right field corner.
Yeah, off the bat, it looked like a routine fly ball.
Oh, it was. Look at it, he's throwing some grass up in the air like before you hit that shot from the fairway. Which way is that wind blowing right now?
Those 2 home runs that Roy has given up tonight, the 18th and 19th of the season that he's allowed. And he's trying to nail the outside part of the plate, and it's 3-1. Well, see, a beautiful night, 76 degrees, wind out of the west at 15 miles per hour.
A lot of pitches.
And ball 4. So Lucroy is aboard. A 2-out walk. Just the 27th walk issued by Halladay this year.
That's a good job, though, by the 8-hole hitter. Get a 2-out walk, turn their order over.
Well, that'll bring Dave Bush to the plate. Bush is hitting just .116 this year. But a former catcher in college is a pretty good hitting pitcher for his career. They've used him to pinch hit from time to time. And Halladay delivers a strike. It's 0-1. Off the end of the bat, Jimmy jumps it, can't get it. It's over his head and going into left field. Over to third goes Lucroy, and the Brewers have runners on first and third with 2 outs. I don't know if Jimmy would have been able to catch that one if he judged it properly, but it obviously was coming at him in a funky way.
Fooled him. Absolutely fooled him, because it's right off the end of the bat, and whatever it did, he just didn't play it real well. Right there, he's kind of floating. Then he jumps too soon. I think he jumped too soon. Looked like he was on his way down.
Well, now a threat for the Brewers. They have runners on first and third with 2 outs. And a pitch low. It's 1-0.
Yeah, he walks the 8-hole hitter after the home run, and the pitcher gets a hit. And all of a sudden, this is a struggle for Halladay.
Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. Ricky Weeks went down on strikes his first time up. And Roy's looking to do the same thing here. .28 total pitches here in the second, and 43 for the game.
He had a fairly easy first inning, a couple strikeouts in there, and now all of a sudden this second inning become a real struggle. And just trying to get out of this now with 2 with the home runs. Not like Weeks hurt him.
2-2 to count to Ricky Weeks. They tried to sneak one in on the inside corner, and it's 3-2. So that means Bush will be off and running. Corey Hartwaite's on deck. Just a tad inside. Bush takes off. And a fly ball. That should find the seats down the right field line. It does. And it's out of play. Last time that Halladay allowed 2 home runs in 1 inning, June 15th against the Yankees. That was the 3rd. Curtis Granderson and Nick Swisher wound up losing that ball game 8-3. He's allowed a home run to Prince Fielder and 1 to Alcides Escobar. And he's got a real problem here with runners on first and third and 2 outs. The 3-2 pitch. And he fouled it off again. Just got a piece of it. He's fighting off some tough pitches.
In and out, too. He just can't put him away. He's really changed the plane. He's changed location. And Ricky Weeks just keeps fouling him off.
Bush goes again. And a swing and a foul tip right into the glove of Ruiz, and the side is retired. 2 runs on solo home runs. One by Fritz Fielder, the other by Alcides Escobar. We go to the bottom of the second here at Citizens Bank Park. The wind is blowing. No matter to the Brewers. They lead it 2-0 as we go to the home second. His take on new quarterback Kevin Cobb, the Eagles' young players, and a whole lot more. Meet the Eagles with head coach Andy Reid Sunday night at 10:30 only on Comcast. Well, the Phillies trail at 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. And they'll send 4, 5, and 6 to the plate, just as the Brewers did to begin the top of the second. Fritz Fielder led off the inning with a home run, a solo shot. And then a few batters later, Alcides Escobar hit a second home run in the inning for Milwaukee, so they lead it 2-0. For Fielder is 29th, for Escobar his 4th. So here's Ryan Howard. Ryan was 1 for 3 last night with a base hit. Good career numbers against Dave Bush. And overall, Ryan hitting .277 with 25 home runs and 87 runs batted in. Mentioned earlier this year that Dave Bush faced the Phillies. In that game, he went 6 innings. And he allowed 9 hits and 3 runs, but he walked 4. Phillies wound up winning that game. In fact, they've won all 4 games against Milwaukee this year. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Ryan may have gotten Lucroy on that backswing. Just asked him if he was okay. Ryan stays alive as that one goes into the first few rows of the upper deck. Right into the cup. Lady didn't bring a glove, but she had a cup. That's improvising right there. That gentleman's looking for a youngster to give the ball to. There's a big breaking ball. It's so slow that you can recognize it's coming. Sometimes it's tough to lay off or get a good swing at it. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Braves are leading the Marlins 1-0. Alex Gonzalez, an RBI triple in the top of the second for Atlanta. Tommy Hanson against Josh Johnson in that ball game.
Yeah, both teams had men on base in the first inning, didn't score.
In the air to right field. Forget about that one. It's a BB. Ryan Howard with a bullet home run. And he's made this a one-run game here in the bottom of the second. Well, he wanted to make sure that the wind didn't carry that anywhere away from that section. He hit it so hard and hit it on such a line, there was no chance for the wind to grab it. And Thomas Jones of Philadelphia, he just won $200. Compliments of McDonald's home run jackpot.
The fastball after that slow curveball, a little bit middle in, and it hooks. See Prince Fielder like, well, I know where that's gone. That's the way I hit him too. Look at this thing start to hook. That was amazing to watch. Yeah, you're right. I mean, if he hits that ball down the line, it's going to hook foul. But he rarely hits balls down the line anyway.
Second home run in September this year, 51st of his career.
Yeah, he's been a great September hitter.
And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Jason Worth.
Let's take a look out there in the stands and see if anybody got hurt by that thing. That was a screamer coming in.
For those Bugs Bunny cartoons where the ball would scream as it was going out of the yard.
And that's what that thing did. That is as hard as you can see a ball go into the stands that far away. That was different.
2-1 the count to Jason.
That was a great shot of Prince Fielder. He saw the ball leave the bat and it was like, I'm not even going to watch it.
It's kind of the story of the Brewers season. Get some runs and their pitchers have given the runs back. Well, that first run sometimes loosens everybody else up. So let's see if it happens here for the Phillies.
Well, Dave Bush, as we mentioned, he will throw the long ball. It's at 26 now.
Yep.
13 and 13. 13 to right-handed hitters. No, wait a minute. 14 to left-handed hitters and 12 to right.
Two balls, 2 strikes, the count to Jason Worth. And he stays alive. He got a piece of that one. Jason's hitting .297 overall, but like a lot of Phillies players, has really enjoyed hitting here in the ballpark. You're so used to it, the sight lines, everything about it. He's hitting .328 here at home. In the air to left field, down the line. That is a towering shot, and this ball game is tied. Wow. Jason Worth goes back-to-back with Ryan Howard for the second time this week. And it's a 2-2 game.
Wow, that was an amazing swing to produce that. Look how you little off balance. Probably was a fastball down and away. Hanging up in the air and it hurt. Oh, it's a breaking ball. No wonder it looked like he lunged at it. It was a curveball even.
Well, he is strong.
Yeah, that's a breaking ball right there. And man, oh man. Just shows you how far those low balls can go, low pitches go for power hitters like that. And 4 runs, all solo homers.
And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Ibanez, and he hits it hard. Picked up on 1 hop by Fielder. 1 away. Still a good sign, though. The Phillies are getting some very good swings against Bush here in the second. Also is a pretty good indication on how good a defensive first baseman Fritz Fielder is. That ball was hit hard. It was to the glove side. It's not always a difficult play when it's to the glove side, but because it was hit so hard, he made it look pretty easy. He only has 2 errors this year.
He moves around pretty well for a guy that big.
His dad was nowhere near the defensive player he was at first base. Won the count to Victorino.
Cecil was a right-handed hitter, and he bomb him. We used to see him a lot in Florida, playing for both Toronto and Detroit. Man, he could hit long homers.
You see his fielding percentage tied with Albert Pujols. James Loney, Joey Votto. Those are some really good defensive first basemen right there.
Yeah, that shows you how good the defensive first basemen are in this league.
Pop up right side of the infield. Fielder right on the rim of the infield dirt puts it away for the second out. Hey, Monday, as the Phillies get set to take on the Marlins in the back end of the day-night doubleheader. That second game is the Motrin IV's Lady Night, and there's a tent party that will go from 5:30 until 7. The package includes tickets to the 7:05 game against the Marlins, a buffet, and beverages, complimentary massages, and Motrin IB Phillies scarf for all ladies. Call 215-463-1000 or go to Phillies.com for more information. Here's Carlos Ruiz with the game tied at 2. Carlos was 0 for 3 in last night's game, and he's cooled off a little bit lately. And he lines one to left field. He's going to be aboard. That's a 2-out single for Carlos. Well, aside from Victorino's pop-up, the Phillies really are hitting Bush pretty hard here in the second. Let's see if Roy Halladay can continue the hot hitting. He's hit safely in 6 of his last 8 games.
Well, what he feels good about right now is he had that shaky second inning, and he's even in this game. Gives up a couple home runs, could have been worse. 8-hole hitter walks, pitcher gets a hit, and then Ricky Weeks battles him. And it's still just 2-2.
Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike to Roy. 25 pitches in the inning for Bush.
That one got the catcher, Lucroy.
He's gotten hit by Ryan Howard's bat, and now a ball. I think Roy thought maybe that was a strike.
Well, he wants it when he's pitching. It's just, many guys don't call ball above the belt a strike. And that thing looked like it was just a little bit above the belt.
2-2 the count to Halladay with a runner at first. And a called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Halladay's going to walk away saying, you know what, I want that pitch too. 2 runs in the inning for the Phils on solo home runs. The first one by Ryan Howard is 26 of the year, and just as he settled in and Fritz Fielder settled back over at first base, Jason Ward did a little different swing and a different pitch. Oh, he went back to back with Ryan to tie this game at 2. Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. Wheels, the question is, who is the all-time Brewers career saves leader? The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning.
Would that be Milwaukee, National,
it would be the franchise.
The franchise.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go to the top of the 3rd. I was just about to give you a hint, but then I thought if I gave you that hint, you'd know the answer.
Yeah, I've got a guess. That's why I asked if it could have been the Milwaukee Brewers also.
Corey Hart scalds one, a deep right field, and just like that, the Brewers are going to have the lead.
It's windy here tonight.
Home run allowed by Halladay.
And it's windy here tonight. They're flying. Whew, man.
24th home run for Hart. He had been 0 for his last 13 before that homer.
It's an amazing game, isn't it? 5 runs, 5 solo homers, and this is out off the bat. See if he missed his spot again. That's the same type of pitch that Alcides Escobar hit out of the place. It's a sinker that ran right back over the middle of the plate.
Here's Ryan Braun. And Braun out in front. He was expecting a fastball. He got a breaking ball. As Jimmy puts it away for the first out. Last time Roy Halladay allowed 3 home runs was back in that Yankee game that we told you about before. And that's the only time this year he allowed 3 home runs in a game before tonight.
Well, this park's playing small tonight with this wind. And even though the ball's getting knocked down to left and left center, Jason hit his right down the line, and I think the wind didn't affect it that much. And the other one out there was a line drive home run.
Oh, what a way. Here's Fielder. He homered his last time. I guess that's the key, is to keep it down in that area where Halladay just threw it and away.
Well, the balls in the air tonight are trouble.
Oh, and 2 the count.
Here's Prince Fielder in the 2nd inning. This was really just a fly ball that just blew out of here. So he got tied up a little bit on that. But every other one that's been hit tonight has been smoked by both teams.
.189 home runs for Fritz. 5th most in Brewers history. And who knows if he's going to be around to become the all-time leader. He gets that one just under the glove of Polanco. He's going to try for 2. Ibanez gets to it. And the throw a little late. And it's a head-first slide for Fielder. And that's his 23rd double of the year.
That was good hustle. I mean, he busted it out of the box. Big guy like that. You're going to play him off the line anyway because he pulls so much. But even though he just hit that off the end of the bat, there's no way Placido could get to it. Look how hard he ran coming out of the batter's box. He almost missed first base. That's good effort.
Looked like he almost fell, too.
Well, he's out of breath.
Casey McGee grounded to 3rd his first time up. 0 for 1. Back to the box. Nice play by Halladay. High in the air. 2 outs.
And the Prince Fielders hustle. They're still alive because that's a double play ball.
Particularly with McGee's speed or lack thereof.
Right.
Hey, Sunday, September 5th, in conjunction with the Baseball Tomorrow Fund, that's tomorrow, fans are encouraged to bring new and gently used equipment to the ballpark. Equipment will be collected at all entrance gates and will be used to benefit Pitch In for Baseball, an organization that will distribute the equipment to needy children. So again, that's before tomorrow's ball game. As you're coming in, folks will be there to greet you and take your equipment for a good cause.
Started him with a changeup, Dickerson.
And a breaking ball. It's kind of the way that Cole Hamels pitched last night for the first few innings. Change up, cutter, one or two curves, and then as the game moved on, then he really started to throw his fastball effectively.
Yeah, he's gotten hurt with his fastball in this game, so see he's going away from it. Threw another change up there.
And he's at 60 pitches and hasn't finished the third.
Ooh.
Escobar waits on deck. Broke his bat. Humpback liner right at Polanco. Side is retired. A home run though by Corey Hart. That began the third. It's the third home run for the Brewers, the fifth of the ball game overall. And as we head to the bottom of the third here at Citizens Bank Park, the Brewers lead it by 1. Who but WB Mason for amazingly low office product prices. And by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Well, we head to the bottom of the third here at Philadelphia. 5 home runs already, 5 solo shots, and the Brewers lead at 3-2. And as Jimmy Rollins stands in, we want to send congratulations out to Mark Parent and his Lakewood Blue Claws squad. They won the first and second half of the South Atlantic League. Phillies single A affiliate, and they will begin the South Atlantic League playoffs in the next week or so, and will begin defense of their South Atlantic League championship. They'll face Hickory after winning 82 games combined during this regular season.
Nice for Mark. Got back into baseball after being out for a while. A former Phillies catcher, great guy. Has a towering presence about it.
Well, they've got some pretty good prospects on that team.
Not the manager, huh?
Well, he was here a couple weeks ago, and he is big.
Yeah, he's a gentle giant is what he is.
That team's got some good pitching, but they've got some good offensive players too, as it's 3-1 to Jimmy Rollins, including Jonathan Singleton, who hit .295 this year with 14 homers and 77 RBIs, and Jawan James 149 hits, and they say he is a heck of an athlete.
Outfielder.
So you couple that with the Gulf Coast League championship, and the Phillies have had some pretty good seasons in the minors. Jimmy loops that foul, and it's out of play, fortunately, and it's 3-2. Dave Bush back in 2006, 2007 won 12 games for the Brewers. He was 12-11 and 12-10 in successive years. And there's ball 4. Since that time, though, he's a combined 21 and 31. The Phillies have the leadoff batter aboard here in the home third.
.25 base stealers this year and 20 successful against them.
Mentioned last night, Lucroy's pretty good from behind the plate, just below the average at 31% throwing guys out.
Blanco took a pitch there in case Jimmy was going on the first pitch, and that's what all great number 2 hitters will do behind a guy who's a potential base stealer. They'll try to do that because they're not afraid to hit with 2 strikes or a strike on them. Guys that panic early in the count are never going to be good 2-hole hitters with a base stealer.
Jimmy's back diving.
Some of the greatest base stealers of all time. A guy like Maury Wills had Jim Gilliam, Junior Gilliam. Ted Sizemore hit behind Brock for a lot of years. And they were guys that never minded hitting with 2 strikes. That guy, let's see who hit behind him. Maybe it'd been Bill Russell.
I was thinking the same thing. Now, Russell hit 8th, didn't he hit 8th?
Yeah.
I think it might have been somebody, one of the outfielders that hit. Well, Yeager probably hit 8th for the Dodgers. Russell could have hit 2nd.
I'm going to look that up now.
0-1 the count to Polanco. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's not a guy for the Dodgers just jumps out. He's a classic 2-hole hitter.
I was thinking it was one of the outfielders.
Like Reggie Smith.
Like Reggie Smith, yeah. Runner goes, pitches hit toward third, knocked down by McGee to his feet, throws to first. That's a heck of a play. The Phillies have a runner in scoring position, though, with 1 out.
Great play because he's probably going to get a run out of that. You said, Tom, Jimmy's running. That thing's going to go down the line, kick off the seats down there, and with him running hard all the way, he probably could have scored. So McGee probably saves a run here and maybe 2, depending on what happens, because that's going to be a double. Good play.
Well, Jimmy's in scoring position for Chase Utley. Chase struck out his first time up. It's 3-2 Milwaukee. Prince Fielder, Alcides Escobar, and Corey Hart have homered for the Brewers. Ryan Howard and Jason Worth have homered for the Phillies. Outside, 1-0. Chase has taken over the team lead in average with runners in scoring position. One and 1 the count to Chase. Inside, 2-1. Wheels, just to let you know, our crack research staff has backed up your thoughts on Bill Russell being the number 2 hitter for the Dodgers, and Davey Lopes.
Yeah, Well, he was, but then the more we started to think about it, it was 30 years ago.
How about the fact that we could think about the entire infield for that Dodgers team, and you knew who some guys were in the outfield, but not consistently.
Yeah, they didn't jump out at you. Well, Dusty was out there,
right?
Reggie Smith.
And a pickoff attempt. It's off the glove of Escobar, and I think that may have hit Jimmy in the helmet.
It did. That's why he stayed down. He's glad they still wear those helmets when they're on base.
He's looking at the helmet.
Boink. Well, that had to ring his bell a little bit because that was a fastball. Here it is, and watch this go right off his batting helmet. And he took a look to see where it hit.
That might have. Karam did to center field, and Jimmy could have went to third.
If he could have gotten up. It was like he was taking an 8 count there.
2-1 the count to Chase. And he fouls it off over the third base side. Four generations of Phillies fans, part of the 109th consecutive sellout at this great ballpark tonight. It is packed. I mean, Ashburn Alley is like a night at the boardwalk. It's so crowded.
Place to be.
Back toward the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Jimmy read it beautifully. On the way around third. Heading for home. He'll score easily. And the game is tied at 3.
Yeah, as you said, Tommy, read it beautifully. He knew exactly where Dickerson was. That ball was off the end of the bat. They're kidding him right now about taking that throw off his head. And Chase Utley with a good job of knocking the runner. Right here. He's down and away from him. Hits it right off the end of the bat. And it kind of loops out there. And that's an easy ball to read off the bat for a guy like Collins. He takes one look at it and he even look at the outfielder. He knew where that was going to land.
44th run that Jimmy scored this year. And the RBI, the 50th for Chase. And here's Ryan Howard. Escobar, the shortstop, is just to the right of second. And a big breaking ball. That must have looked like the size of a beach ball as it was coming in.
67 miles per hour.
After Ryan hit that home run his last time up, which was his 248th of his career, Dave Bush said, you know what, let me settle him back a little bit. There goes Chase. Pitch is taken for a ball. The throw to second is in time.
Great throw. Had a real good pitch to handle too, did LaCroix. The catcher has a great pitch to handle. Comes up firing. Good tag. He's out. Going feet first. Somebody did that. Was it last night? The bag came right out of the ground.
You don't usually see that at the major league level. I mean, Chase went into that bag so hard. He lifted it right out of its slot.
There it goes. Well, they like it to give a little bit like that. But yeah, you don't even see them come up in the air.
Now in the high school fields, that happens a lot. Little League. Center field. Not hit that hard, and Dickerson puts it away. But the Phillies tie it up on the RBI single by Chase Utley. That scores Jimmy Rollins. We've completed 3. It's a 3-3 game. Mason for amazingly low office prices on office supplies, furniture, cleaning supplies, kitchen snacks, and Green Mountain Coffee. Who but W.B. Mason? Well, 3 in the books here at Citizens Bank Park. Gary Matthews joins us here in the booth. Chase Utley drove in the tying run in the bottom of the 3rd. It's the only run that has scored tonight and hasn't been a homer. Jimmy Rollins crossed the plate. So as we go to the top of the 4th, Roy Halladay is trying to find his groove, same groove he had in the 1st. When he retired, the Brewers in order. Alcides Escobar homered his first time up. And he hits one hard again to left field. Ibanez going back, and he leaps up and makes the catch. That's a really athletic play by Raul Ibanez. Sarge, that's not an easy play.
Well, right at him. He got a good jump on him. Got it from the side a little bit. As you take a look at the replay here. Fastball. Escobar up to the task and hitting it. And that's just outstretched arm. Eyes on it all the way. Soft hands. Good play.
Well, Raul, the other day in Colorado, made some really good catches in left field. And that was a big outfield. And he showed his athleticism that night. And showed a lot of athleticism right there.
Yeah, he really did. Played a little bit deeper, however, in Colorado because that ball carries so far.
.995 fielding percentage in left. He leads all National Leaguers at that position. And he also has 4 assists from left field.
It's been a little difficult for Doc to find that zone that he's looking for. They're not getting many calls on the corner. That's where he pitches to, is on the corners, both inside and out.
Lucroy worked out a walk his first time up. And a swing and a miss. That's the 4th strikeout for Halladay.
Pretty good split as that ball fell right out of the zone. That's the one that he's looking for. It starts in that zone. Watch how it just disappears. That's that split that he throws.
Well, 2 away. Just that grip Sarge is talking about. He switches the grip as the pitch goes to the outside part of the plate to Bush.
That's the ball that he's not getting called a strike. The one that would be on the outside part of the plate. That's the one he wants.
Now he is getting that pitch that's a little lower, but over the plate.
Toward the inside, you're talking?
Off the end of the bat, a flare to right center field. Going out is Chase Utley, and over the shoulder grab like a receiver going out on a post pattern. Chase Utley puts it away to finish off the top of the 4th. No runs, no hits, nobody left. A little defense in this inning for the Phillies. First Ibanez, and then finally Chase Utley to bring us to the bottom of the 4th. hospitals. Call 1-800-JEFF now. By Toyota, it's the Now's the Time sales event at your Toyota dealer. Hurry, offer ends soon. And by Xfinity, it's TV, phone, and internet reinvented from Comcast. One of the many vantage points here at Citizens Bank Park is the Bud Light rooftop. I think that's the Bud Light rooftop. Actually, that's up above right field. It's a gorgeous sight walking across. Bud Light rooftop is packed, though, tonight. And that's just above Ashburn Alley. And this is the place to be on a Saturday night in September, Labor Day weekend. There's the rooftop, and Doc's patients are in the house. Jason Worth leads it off here in the fourth. Jason homered his first time up. He starts with another curve, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, that's the pitch he actually hit out as he went down and drove the ball out for his 20th home run. Got that wind blowing to right field. You can take advantage of that.
Sarge, in this day and age, 3 straight years of 20 home runs for Worth. 24, 36 last year, and 20 now. Give me a little perspective on that.
Well, he's turned into just a super player. All of a sudden now he's calling outside pitches. This happened in the second inning, curveball, but that one more inside as Jason goes down and drives it out. Good hitting.
It's that one hard on one hop to McGee. And one away here in the fourth. Well, the Washington Nationals will pay another visit to Citizens Bank Park on Friday, September 17th at 7:05. 7:05, 7:05, and 1:35. Get your tickets for that series and every other series coming up here at the ballpark in September by going to Phillies.com. There are limited tickets available for a lot of the games coming up. So we invite you to go to the website early and take advantage of all the good seats that are still left for the remaining games here at the ballpark. One and one the count to Raul. Speaking of the Nationals, on the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Ivan Rodriguez has given Washington a 5-0 lead in the bottom of the fourth. I didn't check to see if Nigel Morgan was in the lineup for the Nationals as Ibanez drills one foul. Morgan was in the lineup last night after receiving word that he was getting an 8-game suspension from Major League Baseball because of the brawl earlier this week against the Marlins. He is in the lineup tonight. He's got a base hit in 3 at-bats and an RBI. So he has appealed that 8-game suspension. And that's on top of the 7-game suspension he's already appealed. Ibanez lines one toward the gap in right center. Hart dives. He can't get it. And Raul is safe at first. A 1-out single.
But Hart really taking a chance on that. He got good glove on it. Give him credit for that. That ball gets by him. Ibanez is off to the races. He's got that 6'5" frame as he gets ready to dive down. Actually, he had it in the glove there just for a second. Never had control, however, of that ball. So, yeah, just on the end of that glove. And most outfielders, they don't have that glove all the way in. They have that where it sticks out a little bit, where your palm is actually showing. Just give you a little bit longer length.
Just seemed like that ball was hit so hard that he couldn't control it because of what you said, Sarge, that the glove is up on the hand a little bit and the bottom of the palm usually is showing. I was surprised he got there.
Well, he's a pretty good fielder. He got a good jump on that ball, and good thing it was sinking some, too.
Left side of the infield, Escobar makes the catch for the second out. Victorino continues to scuffle from the left side. And they're 2 away. Carlos singled his first time up, so he's 1 for 1. He's now 4 for 10 against Bush in his career. And it's over at the knees. It's 0-1. Ball, 1 strike. Sarge, some news today around Major League Baseball. Jim Thome hit 2 more home runs for the Twins. Numbers 583 and 584. He's now moved into 9th place all time in home runs in the majors.
Really helped out the Twins on his way to 600, you would think.
Two and one. I just think it's impressive at this point in his career that he's hit as many home runs as he has for the Twins, and that he's got a chance for 600.
Well, he's embraced, you know, going over there and being the DH. Doesn't have to play in the field. Just thinking about hitting, so his body's not going to have that wear and tear that you normally would have.
Line drive, foul by Carlos. Look out. And it's 2-2. That's a tough play for anybody down that line.
It's the kind you want to just kind of let go and pick it up when it starts rolling. Ball was hit hard off that railing.
Three and two. So Carlos will be, or Raul will be off and running on this pitch with Roy Halladay waiting on deck. Good play by Lucroy.
This is when it comes a little difficult for that 8th hitter, especially with 2 outs. You have the pitcher coming up next. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a fastball because the pitcher's next. And Carlos, a good fastball hitter.
Raul goes, and a breaking ball hit back toward the middle, off the mound. Ibanez on his way to third, and the Phillies have first to third with 2 away. Every time you think Carlos might be cooling off to the point where his average will dip to where it was in past years, he comes up with another 2-hit night.
Yeah, not only that, good hitting, a breaking ball. Hanger, though, as he hits that ball right up the middle. Look at his concentration as he goes right up the middle with that ball. Easy for Ibanez to get over to third.
Oh, now Ibanez, if there's a ball that gets away from Lucroy, and the Brewers pitchers have a lot of wild pitches this year, he could score. Halladay struck out his first time up.
Those are the pitches there that if Holladay's getting, he'll be able to do exactly what he wants on the opposition, just not getting that same particular pitch so far tonight.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. A lot of pitches for both starters this evening. This will be the 82nd pitch for Bush. And Halladay stays alive. And a called strike 3. 86 right down the chute. And the side is retired. No runs. Couple hits. 2 men left. We've completed 4. It's a 3-3 game. Five home runs plus an RBI single for Chase Utley. And that's the scoring tonight. Hey, the Powerball is up to $47 million. And it goes off on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So good luck to anybody who plays. Roy Halladay's looking to settle in here in the top of the 5th. I guess any pitcher, Sarge, has the ability to settle in at any point. And for Halladay, he had a very good first inning, but since then it's been a grind. Now he had a 1-2-3 fourth, but still did not look the way he looked in the first in that 4th inning.
Well, he's at his best when he's able to get ahead of the hitters like most pitchers.
Oh, he's ahead of Ricky Weeks. He's gotten Weeks twice on strikes. Roy with 194 strikeouts this year, which leads the National League. He came in 1 behind Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers. Off the end of the bat, a flare to center. Victorino started back, but it's hanging up there for him. And 1 gone here in the 5th.
If that wind blowing, and outfielder gets a little gun shy. That ball is hit. You're kind of going on sound a little bit. Have a tendency to take that step back. Victorino does have closing speed. Got to really concentrate when that wind's blowing.
Any of those veteran outfielders ever give you a word of advice that was pretty poignant when it comes to the wind when you played out in San Francisco? And what would Willie Mays tell you about the wind?
Don't call the ball too soon, because it has a tendency to maybe even blow all the way back toward the infield.
So somebody else would give up on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, and they would always say no one gives up on the balls. You know, Larry Boa, though, one of my teammates, every time it was hit, he'd always just point to the ball. He wanted no part of the win. But either did anyone else, to tell you the truth. You get a bad reputation in that win of not being able to catch those balls. And I played with some great center fielders, and Gary Maddox, Von Joshua taking over for Gary Maddox, obviously, and he was good.
That ball's hit hard, but right at J-Roll. And there are 2 outs. I think that the point about don't call it too early, I mean, that's a good point.
Well, yeah, because of the wind and the way that it actually blows, you call it too early and you're running for the ball, it lands up in the infield and you're not going to look too good. So you got to wait a little bit longer to call for the ball back in the Candlestick days.
Yeah, and I guess it's interesting, too, because everybody's style is different. The thought is that an infielder goes back for as long as he can.
Till he hears a voice.
Till he hears a voice. Right? So if he hears it early, he's going to say, all right, well, I'm going to let him go get it.
Exactly right. So don't want to give up on him.
Oh, with 2 outs, here's Ryan Braun. Braun is 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out and popped out to short. Well, he's really mixing it up. He's not throwing one pitch in back-to-back sets.
Yeah, and keep in mind, hitters feel very comfortable hitting against Roy. Doesn't throw a lot of balls up and in. They know he has excellent control and around the plate. There's the pitch that he wants. That's the one that I was actually talking about. Not a fastball there. Two-seamer as it comes back. That's the one he's not able to get. See exactly where this pitch is. Pitcher's pitch. That's a strike for me. So you can tell he's getting upset about it, but in his defense, you can't throw the ball down the middle of the plate to hitters like Braun along with fielders. So he's pitching on the corners. Not getting the calls there so far. And pretty good on the outside part of the plate. There's that cutter he throws.
He certainly had him off balance on that breaking ball. So it remains 3-2. Back toward the middle, a base hit for Braun. And Halladay is upset with himself right now.
Well, he came a little bit closer to the plate, making sure the ball was going to hit the plate. That was actually too much of it. Even though the ball was down, it was more over the heart of the plate.
Well, Prince Fielder has 2 extra base hits tonight. He homered his first time up, doubled his last time to the plate. And he went right into his kitchen on that one.
Started it in, kept going in. Fielder, a power hitter, true power hitter in the major leagues.
Plus, he's pretty durable. This is the 320th consecutive game for Prince Fielder. I mean, the guy just doesn't take a day off. He's like Ryan Howard. It took Ryan Howard to get on the disabled list in order to get a day off, a full day off.
Right, he has a healthy cut, has always had that. Dad hit from the right side, true power hitter. Almost the same type of build. Dad might be a little bit taller.
His dad finished with 319 career home runs. Prince, with his home run tonight, has 189. home runs. Swing and a miss. He got it. So he finally retires Fritz Fielder. He does so here in the fifth. No runs, one hit, one man left. We go to the bottom of the fifth. The top of the order is due up. Of the National League playoff race. Find out who made the team and who didn't as the Eagles make their final cuts. And a full recap of all the day's highlights as the college football season kicks off. All that and more on Toyota Sports Night tonight at 10 right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Jimmy Rollins leads it off in the bottom of the fifth. And he's retired by Ryan Braun on one pitch.
I almost think he had up in his mind that he was going to swing no matter what. It's okay to swing at that first pitch, but you want it to be your pitch, as if it's 2-0, 3-1, meaning a hittable pitch right there in your zone. That ball for me up a little bit high.
Bush has gotten Polanco both times tonight. Polanco has popped to first, and he's hit one hard to third. It's Casey McGee makes a nice play, or made a nice play on it. And again to third. McGee picks it up on the short hop. And a strong throw for the second out. Guy's made some good plays over there at third base tonight.
Right, sure has. Bush getting that ball to sink there. See that little short pickup. That's a tough play. Made it look easy. Almost do or die as he came in and picked that ball on the short hop.
Well, Chase tied the game his last time up with a single to center. He struck out in the first. And he watches that curve go over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Phillies as a team since the 22nd of July are 29-12, which is the best record in the majors. Their earned run average during that time, and it doesn't include tonight, is 2.92. It was 2.92. Those two pitches were not where Chase wanted them. And with the Phillies being a game back in the National League East, it's the closest they've been in the division since the 6th of August. And a swing and a miss, and Chase is down on 3 pitches. So a 1-2-3 fifth for Dave Bush. He retires the Phils in order. We go to the 6th, the 3-3 game. Chase Utley. You can't swing with a bad hand, but when the hand is better, the bat returns. The power production took a trip to the West and delivered in the clutch. Like a flip of the switch, extra base hits are coming in bunches, and none bigger than a Rocky Mountain slam. The chase is back on, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. We're here for you every step of the way. Well, the Penn State cheerleaders are in the house. As we saw the pep band earlier, the Fanatic tried to get in the mix. You see the cheerleaders laughing as the Fanatic kind of messed up their routine. And then decided to, well, get on the shoulders of one of the very strong Penn State cheerleaders. Casey McGee leads off here in the top of the 6th. He says something to Mike Estabrook. Well, that's a grand finish right there, Sarge.
Yeah, and you have to be strong.
He finally tired, it looked like. McGee is 0 for 2. He's grounded to third. He's lined out. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Roy Halladay is in search of a quick inning here. He said he had a grind in his last start against the Dodgers. And I think he's grinding here, too.
Well, he is grinding here.
That's a good pitch. And McGee way off balance. J-Roll has plenty of time. 1 out. Sarge, we see power pitchers all the time in baseball. You know, guys that can, with every pitch, throw it 95, 96 miles per hour. But you also have guys like Roy Halladay who can throw it 93, 94, and Roy Oswalt 92, 93. Cole Hamels the same way. Kyle Kendrick will start tomorrow. I mean, they pitch. I mean, they execute.
And you have to. You know, just can't be a hard throw on your right, just throwing it as hard as you can. These guys are able to hit corners. Balls up and down. That split for Roy Halladay being the equalizer. Cole Hamels, that change up. Roy Oswalt, I mean, he's in and out, has a curveball, cutter. Sorry, that's a good pitch.
Roy is scheduled to start one of the games on Monday, one of the day-night doubleheaders against the Marlins. Charlie Manuel said he wasn't sure which one yet. Chase Utley will take care of Dickerson. He just barely got him.
Yeah, he does that little tap kind of for just a little bit of timing, but some of those guys that are really fast, especially from that left side, might want to start that tap a little bit earlier. Take a look at it there. Now he's deliberate there. See, there's the tap, and then he gets it there, a step or two right in front. Take a look at it again. There's the tap that I'm talking about. Just a little kind of timing mechanism, if you will, for Chase.
Escobar homered his first time up and hit one to the track and left his last time to the plate. Ibanez made a nice play.
And both those balls too, though, he's had up in the zone. That's what Roy does very well when hitters are hitting him. He seems to be able to make that adjustment on those guys. And then when he does, after the game, the same hitters will go into his book on how he pitched them.
There's the breakdown of innings or pitches per inning for Halladay. And he really has kind of settled in.
Well, it's up to 101 pitches so far, so that means he's not going to be throwing many more, you would think. Maybe another inning or two.
Well, that would take him into the 8th if he goes 2. That's pretty good, considering where he was after the 2nd.
Well, he's going to have quick innings. I don't think Charlie's going to have him up near that 125 or so mark.
I agree. I would think 7 if he gets out of this one here. 3-2 the count. Ball 4. A 2-out walk, and Escobar is aboard. Mentioned that Charlie was talking today about Monday's day-night doubleheader against the Marlins. The Marlins will start one of their call-ups in one of the games, and the Phillies have to decide what they will do. Roy Oswalt will pitch one of the ball games. And talking to Rich Doobie today, he said that he'll talk to Roy and decide which one is best. A lot of time veterans like the night game, but sometimes the team wants you to pitch the first game and see if you can get a win out of it. Left side, Polanco cuts it off, and the side is retired. One pitch to get the number 8 hitter. That's a good thing for Roy Halladay. No runs, no hits, one man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Ryan Howard will lead it off for the Phillies. Lottery. Play Jumbo Bucks, this month's new instant game from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. And by Suzuki and new Kizashi midsize sports sedan. Suzuki, the power of engineering. Home half of the 6th, a 3-3 game. And it'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Phillies against Dave Bush.
Well, with Penn State in the house, Wills has got to be feeling pretty good.
Very excited. Not only that, they won today over Youngstown State, Sarge. I'm not sure if you saw that. 44-19.
Think he knows that?
I would say remind him. As Howard hits it toward the middle, Escobar backhands, throws off balance, and he got him.
Wow. Boy, oh boy, you're talking about a play. I thought for sure that Ryan be able to beat that one out. Off balance throw. Right off the end, just a little bit. Escobar coming in and throws in one motion, see whether or not, and he got him. Got him by a step. Very athletic play just to get it right there on the bag, and he didn't bounce it. Threw that ball all the way in the air. That's taken away a hit.
And with one out, here's Jason Worth. To answer your question, I think he does know that Penn State won today. I think he was, squirming a little bit in the first half, though. Towering fly ball by Jason. Ryan Braun, the left fielder, comes over toward the line.
Boy, if he stays on the ball, he's going to drive it right out of the ballpark. So we talk about as a hitter, you got to really be able to catch that spin of the ball. And there's Wills.
Wills' resume for Penn State: BA in journalism and broadcasting, second major golf he did not complete, a minor in texting.
Wow.
Yes, he was before his time.
Not going to feel good about that golf, though.
What about the year he graduated? You think he'll feel good about that?
1945. Wow.
He looks good, though, doesn't he?
He looks great.
All prim and proper. He is very proud of his Penn State degree. He's got his Penn. He's got his Penn State sweater.
Oh boy, I tell you.
I'm not sure if he was going to smile. If he didn't have a cup in his hand, he may have done something else.
Oh boy.
Everybody else is excited because they're on TV. He's getting a round of applause.
See, there's a picture. Again, that. Boy, he's on everybody's monitor, so we know he had to have done something.
Who knows why I'm on? That's what he's saying.
Oh, boy.
Somebody just asked him, why are you on TV? Who knows? 1-2 the count to Ibanez. And it's inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, that means he didn't see the resume that we put up.
I think that he's going to probably want to see it sooner or later here. Well, Bush able to pitch to the corners, not have to throw the ball down the middle of the plate. He's getting some of his pitches called that are borderline strikes.
Well, see, that's a pitch that Halliday's not getting, and Bush didn't get there, so it's 3-2. Well, Toyota Major League Scoreboard, the Braves have taken a 2-0 lead over the Marlins. Alex Gonzalez scored. Brian McCann with that second run. I mentioned before that Tommy Hanson was pitching. It's Jair Jurgens against Josh Johnson. Good pitching matchup. And a called strike 3 on the inside corner. Dave Bush comes in with a fastball, and the side is retired. In order, Bush is retired 7 straight. We go to the 7th in a tie ball game.
Well, this one started out like there are going to be a lot more runs scored. It was quick. It was 3-3 after 3, and since then all goose eggs. Joe Inglett's going to pinch hit right now for Dave Bush, who'll be out of the ball game. And there's the Verizon Wireless Game Summary. All those homers early on. Chase Utley with an RBI hit. Roy Halladay into the 7th inning with 106 pitches, Tommy, at this point.
Well, and he is due to bat third in the bottom of the 7th, so they like to get him through the inning. There are 2 relievers up for the Phillies. J.C. Romero and Jose Contreras are both up. There's Romero and Contreras. Cameron Lowe is up firing for the Brewers. He did a good job last night for Milwaukee. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Inglett, the pinch hitter, goes down for the first out. 6 strikeouts now for Halladay.
Goes after the pinch hitter with a changeup there and got him to chase it.
He has thrown everything.
Well, he got hurt on his fastball early in this game. There's that sinker baller Cameron Lowe. Tom mentioned pitched well here last night. And he didn't go away from his fastball, but he wasn't happy with it. I don't think he could command it the way that he wanted to tonight. 2 of those home runs were hit on high sinkers.
Ricky Weeks pulls it toward the hole. Backhanded by J-Roll. He has to hurry. The throw is in time. What a scoop by Ryan Howard. And oh man, the Phillies are playing some defense tonight.
How about the both shortstops in the last inning? Unbelievable play by Escobar and Ryan Howard, and you figure this had to be a hit when Polanco couldn't get to it. Jimmy quick releases it. Good scoop, as you said there, by Ryan Howard, and he's out. Ricky Weeks can't believe it, but he's out. Roy Halladay like, oh.
He liked that.
Play, yeah.
Well, now with 2 away, here's Corey Hart. And I said that the Phillies are playing some good defense tonight. Both teams are playing solid defense. Now, when Ryan, after scooping the ball from Jimmy, threw it around, he threw it right back to Jimmy. Well, he threw it right past him. And they had a good laugh about that.
And that's good. There were no base runners. See, Ricky Weeks didn't get out of the box clean, and that's why he was out, too. He's trying to figure out how did they throw him out the way he can run, and he hustles. And that's why. It was a great play, but you weren't going to throw Weeks out from that on that ball.
Two and two the count to Hart.
It's another guy that hurt him with a fastball, and now he's getting a variety of off-speed stuff. That looked like a changeup.
In the air to left center field. Towering shot. Mile high. Ibanez and Victorino are back. And that one is gone. Another home run surrendered by Halladay. And it's 4-3 Milwaukee.
And that was a breaking ball. There's the ball coming back.
4 home runs tonight.
Yep, and that was a curve. I wonder if he's ever thrown 4 home runs in a game. Well.
Never thrown 4 home runs in a ball game.
That was quick. Here it is as a curveball, and he got too much of the plate with it, and he knew it right away that it was a problem. And just over the fence out there.
.25 home runs for Hart.
And he's 1 out away from being out of this game with it tied, and they were going to hit for him anyway. That's what these guys do, though. They hit home runs, and all their runs are on home runs tonight. 4 solos.
3rd multi-home run game of the season for Hart. And the 9th of his career.
He was in the home run hitting contest this year at the All-Star game.
Braun was taken all the way, and it's 2-1. To the right side, Ryan scoops it up on the glove. Yeah, he takes it to the bag himself. This side is retired, but the Brewers get another run and another home run. It's time to stretch here in Philadelphia with the Phillies down 1. Brewers career saves leader.
May have given me a hint.
What do you mean?
Because you acted like I might really know him.
Yeah, you know him. You've been around the game for a long time, though, Wheels. You know a lot of people.
You know, I was going to say originally, but I think he only had 1 or 2 good years. I was going to say Rollie Fingers, but
why don't you go with that?
Because there was something about what you said, and I think that guy was in our booth this year. That's the answer to the question.
Wasn't Rollie Fingers in our booth? He wasn't?
The sack man.
Dan Plesac. Is that your answer?
Yes.
Would be correct. 133 saves.
He was really good for the Brewers back in those days. You know, that guy, he'll tell you that he had a fastball and a slider in those days that were pretty good.
Rollie Fingers was second with 97. Plesac had 133 saves.
I thought I was going to say Rollie over Plesac because I thought he had more, but then he wasn't there that many years.
Cameron Lowe's in his 43rd game. He pitched well last night for the Brewers. And then Shane Victorino leads it off for the Phillies. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, well, this guy threw a lot of heavy sinkers last night and got him to beat the ball into the ground.
He faced 6, retired all 6 in the game. Victorino, Ruiz, and then the pitcher spot.
Hey, you figure they were going to hit for Halladay in this inning anyway with his pitch count where it was. But now I think they would.
Back toward the middle. Base hit for Victorino. Good start to the bottom of the 7th with the Phillies trailing it by 1. These lucky fans of tonight's Citizens 7, they will each receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, go to citizensbank.com.
Nobody up in the Phillies bullpen.
Nobody up in the Phillies bullpen. Nobody out in the on-deck circle just yet.
So there's really a mystery.
And here comes Ross Blode, who was activated before yesterday's game. Well, Contreras and Romero were both loosening up. So maybe they feel like it won't take them that much time to get loose again.
Well, this guy's got a big loopy delivery to the plate. Whether they think they can run on him or not, we'll see.
Charlie had to shift his positions there because Ross Blode was in the on-deck circle. So Sam Palazzo could see him.
Yep, give you signs.
0-1 the count to Ruiz. Those numbers have been quite impressive for Carlos from the 7th inning on. Well, Lucroy took a very slow walk out to the mound and talked to his big right-hander.
Oh, they're getting the left-hander loose out there in the bullpen. Maybe
that's what it was.
Thinking about him for Globe.
Yeah. Phillies have a couple of extra bodies. After the September 1st deadline, they're able to call up some more from the minors, so they have Greg Dobbs and Paul Hoover on the bench. Oh, 0-2 the count to Ruiz.
Maybe that South Jersey guy out there, Braddock.
It is Braddock, yep.
Got some fans down here in front of us. There's two guys right down below us wearing Braddock 13 shirts.
Breaking ball pulled toward third, a foul ball. Zach Braddock lives in Southampton. Was born in Mount Holly. Went to Gloucester Catholic. Coach trying to get the best shot possible. Line drive down the left field line, foul. Oh, he's just a little out in front. Some good swings on that sinker, and it remains 1-2.
Yeah, Lowe's trying to get a sinker in there to have Carlos hit into a double play, and that pitch was elevated. A lot of people scattering down there. Ball girl fans thinking that's coming at them.
Victorino leads off first. Ooh, boy, that was a close 1-2 pitch. It's 2-2.
As Carlos figures it hasn't been a strike tonight.
That's a good point.
So he's going to take it. Roy Halladay had a lot of really close pitches tonight. There's Ken Maka, old catcher himself. And
yeah,
gotta be kidding me. Where was that?
Opposite way, a base hit for Ruiz. Victorino's around second. He'll hold up there. And the Phillies have runners on first and second with nobody out.
Well, that's a nice shot by Carlos. Get that thing the other way.
He's got 3 hits tonight.
Here comes Ross Gload out. He has not been announced to this point. Umpire waiting for the bench.
Mike Estabrook just said, hey, let's go, let's go.
Yep, now they're going to switch.
Dobbs is going to go up.
Right. Because they don't want to use Gload. Well, we'll talk about that. Here it is. See, they're set up. You have to cheat up the middle for a double play. So as a result, that ball's hit just to the right of the second baseman, Ricky Weeks, or to the left because they're cheating up the middle.
Ken Maka just talked to Rick Peterson. He's at the foot of the stairs. Greg Dobbs has been introduced. Here comes Ken Maka. He'll go to the left-hander to face Dobbs, and that's one of the reasons why Charlie wanted to save Ross Gload, because he figured if he sent a left-hander up there, that Ken Maka would go to Zach Braddock, and that's what he's doing. So I would assume that Charlie Manuel is going to bring Dobbs out and send somebody else in to pinch hit against Braddock. So we've got a pitching change. The Phils are threatening here at the bottom of the 7th. They trail it by 1. Bank Park. It's not just a pitching change. Zach Braddock is on, a left-hander from South Jersey. He was born in Mount Holly, grew up in Southampton, went to Gloucester Catholic High School and Burlington County College. And just a few moments ago, there's his family. Look at that T-shirt. It says Phillies by choice, Brewers by blood. And we think that that is Zach's mom that's there watching him make his first appearance here at Citizens Bank Park. Some other Zach Braddock fans.
It's pretty neat, huh?
I think the Brewers scout in South Jersey that recommended him to be signed was Joe Barth. And look at that. That's the players section. Look at all of them. Smiles, their T-shirts on. Phillies by blood, or excuse me, Phillies by choice, Brewers by blood.
Valdez will be up there to blood probably.
And Wilson Valdez will pinch hit for Greg Dobbs.
Trying to make the third baseman field it if he can.
And he takes it high, 1-0.
Number 1, make it be a strike. Number 2, in this situation, make that third baseman have to come and get it. And Wilson does the first part perfectly. Takes a high breaking ball.
Victorino at second. Ruiz over at first. 1 ball, no strikes the count to Wilson.
That has to be so exciting and nerve-wracking.
I was going to say, he's got a lot of butterflies right now.
And for his family, that has to... Yeah, 2 pitchers. Look at her. She's saying, calm down.
She's saying it for herself and saying it for him.
There are 2 pitchers here tonight from this area. Been in this game. Dave Bush from Conestoga High School.
Yep.
Zach Braddock from South Jersey.
The count. Braddock this year is unscored upon in 32 of his 36 appearances.
Yeah, it's not like they just called him up. No, he's pitching for the first time. That's a good point, Tom. But it's got to be different for you here.
Absolutely.
Take one.
Ball 4. The bases are loaded. Well, now what do you do if you're Ken Mackey? You have nobody loosening up in the bullpen. So you're going to have to stay with the left-hander and hope he settles down. Meanwhile, the Phillies are hoping he stays a little nervous and a little jumpy. The bases are loaded for Jimmy Rollins. And nobody out here at the bottom of the 7th. Phillies have scored 3 runs tonight. Roy Halladay's night is done. Be nice to give him a lead and a possible victory. Rick Peterson, the Brewers pitching coach, out to the mound. Rick is another Jersey guy. He's from Central Jersey. Former pitching coach for the A's under Ken Maka, and then the Mets under Willie Randolph, and now over the Brewers.
From baseball family, his father, Harding Peterson, who was general manager of the Pirates back in the years when the Phillies were battling those Pirates every year.
Well, this Monday, the Florida Marlins will be in town to begin a 4-game series, and the Braddock family can then root for the Phillies again. It's a day-night doubleheader Monday at 1:05 and Sunday at 7:05. And a Tuesday and Wednesday both at 7:05. Get your tickets by going to Phillies.com.
We're getting the word on the cell phones that they're on camera.
Yeah. The bases are loaded. They play for 2 for the Brewers. J-Roll batting right-handed. Inside, ball 1.
Yeah, the Brewers right now are going to give up a run here because it's only the 7th inning on the road for 2 outs in a tie game. So as Tom said, they have the infield back double play that. This kid is amped right now. He's umpired too, flat out.
Two and the count. 6 straight out of the strike zone.
Yeah, that is just
pure adrenaline.
Exactly. He's just very excited. The Phillies have to try and take advantage of him.
There's a strike at the knees. It's 2-1.
Fielder all the way up on the grass at first base. I don't know. There's even a lot of room to shoot a ball by. I guess the feeling is, if he hits one that way, come home, get it out there. But how many balls has Jimmy hit there?
Hit it hard. The chair was in perfect position to knock that ball down. 2-2 the count. Braddock during his minor league years was voted last year the best slider in the Brewers organization. Well, he just threw back-to-back fastballs to J-Roll. 2-2 the count. On the hands, a roller up to third. McGee's got it. Comes home for 1. That's all they'll get. 1 away. And the bases remain loaded for Placido Polanco.
Nice play by McGee. No panic here. And he knows he has to do everything right. Comes in, makes a nice exchange. He gets a force out at home play. Good play and a great pitch by Braddock. As wild as he was, he came in and just jammed Jimmy Rollins with that fastball.
Here's Polanco. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Again, they put the infield to double play depth.
Except for Fielder. Fielder, of course, has nothing to do with double play depth, but still, why have him on the grass like that?
Against a guy who can shoot it the other way and shoot it right on by him.
If they're saying they don't mind a double play now gets them out of the inning, too. Before they were saying a double play will give up a run.
In the air to left field. Braun settles under it. Ruiz tags. Braun makes the catch. Carlos is coming. Here's the throw to the plate. On a few hops. Not in time, and it gets right out by Lucroy. Here comes Valdez. The throw to the plate. Save! Base running from Wilson Valdez. Well, really, Carlos Ruiz, he took a chance.
Let's see what happens here, because that throws online, it looks like. Is it hitting? No. Lucroy came, I don't know, I've got to see it from another angle.
He was on the first base side and went away for the play.
Yeah, he came out in front of the plate, and then the ball bounced away, and Valdez, he kept coming around. We've seen him do aggressive base running like that before. You see Carlos tell him, get down, get down. Great job by Sam Perlaza, too, the third base coach. You know, you got to gamble there. You know, you're in a situation where you got a left-handed hitter on deck. You know, Braun throws pretty well, but still, you got to go there. And he did. He sent him, and not only did they get one out of it, they got two.
They got more out of it. It's a sac fly, an RBI for Polanco, an E7 to allow Valdez to score. It's 5-4 Phillies. Back toward the middle. Weeks on the backhand. And the side is retired. But the damage is done. The Phils had the bases loaded with nobody out and cash in and get 2 runs to retake the lead. Aggressive base running by the Phils. Aggressive decision making to give them a 1-run lead. .com. Grab your bag. It's on. By McDonald's, introducing strawberry, banana, and wild berry real fruit smoothies. Try a small for just $2.29 only at McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by your participating Philadelphia area Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDealer.com. Well, Carlos Ruiz scored the tying run, aggressively coming home from third on a sac fly. Wilson Valdez just kept on coming. Once the ball got away from the catcher, Lucroy, it was backed up by Braddock.
Now here's what happens. He reads the hop that it's going to come out here. Watch him go forward. Now the ball comes here. See, he's out here thinking the hop's going to come out into that area, and it darn if it doesn't go that way. And I thought it hit the runner at first, and then, as you mentioned, Tom, great base running there by Valdez to keep on coming. But that hop absolutely fooled Lucroy where it was going to go, and by that time he had committed out in front of the plate so much he couldn't shift.
Well, now the Phillies bullpen needs 6 outs to close this out for Roy Halladay. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Boy, that ball was drilled.
Yeah, look out on that one.
Fielder's 2 for 3. A home run his first time up. He doubled his second time up. And Halladay struck him out. Good pitch by Romero. Utley charges and throws him out 1 away. Ryan Matson is up. Here comes Charlie Manuel. And it looks like he's going to go to Matson. with one out here in the top of the 8th. Everybody is available in the Phillies bullpen tonight, according to Rich Doobie. And that, of course, includes Brad Lidge, and you would expect that since Matson's coming in here in the 8th. One down. J.C. Romero gets the only batter he faces tonight. We've got a pitching change here at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies lead it 5-4, and Ryan Matson's coming in. About the Marlins, the Braves. It'll begin Friday, September 24th at 7:05. Saturday, the 25th, is also at 7:05. Sunday's game's already sold out, but there are good seats still available for Friday and Saturday. Plan ahead now for the month of September here at Citizens Bank Park. Go to Phillies.com.
You go back over this season, Tom, and one guy that's going to jump out, I think, is Wilson Valdez.
Oh, no question.
I mean, what he just did in that inning, he hasn't played. You know, that's what they wanted. You look at Ryan's numbers there. Now, he comes out and he doesn't panic. He takes those pitches. They're not strikes, so he doesn't bunt at them. And then he makes a great base running play, too. So, you know, the guy's done a tremendous job.
I agree. You think about where he was at the beginning of this season. Wasn't even on the roster.
Well, it's so easy to bunt at one of those pitches, you know, because you're so intent on directing it towards the third baseman that you forget about, I got to bunt a strike. And he just did not make a mistake there, and then he makes the great base running play. So he filled in for Jimmy, he filled in for Chase, and now he comes off the bench tonight and it makes a pivotal play in this game.
Casey McGee is the hitter for the Brewers, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The thing about it is, if you talk to Wilson a week or so before the anticipated arrival of Chase Utley off the disabled list, you know, he knew what was ahead, and he said he was going to cherish the playing time as much as he could and then prepare to be a utility guy.
And what a valuable player he's been for this team.
Thank goodness for that gentleman putting that palm up right there in that gray Phillies jersey, because that ball was sizzling right into the crowd, and he stopped it. He didn't get the ball.
Some nasty fouls tonight.
Yes, sir. Fly ball, short left. Way up there. Ibanez under it. 2 outs.
Somebody in the back of the booth thought that was hit a lot further.
I don't know. I think his perception is off since he stopped playing.
Sarge was better when he was tracking them down.
Maybe he had a flashback. Hey, after the game, former Phils pitcher Ricky Bottalico breaks down the work of tonight's starter Roy Halladay and also the work of Dave Bush and his thoughts on the National League playoff race. Don't miss Phillies postgame live presented by Sloan Toyota following the game right here on Comcast Sports Network.
Oh, good game tonight.
Different.
Yeah.
With the home runs the Brewers have hit, they've hit 4 solo shots. Phillies have hit a couple. 0-2 the count to Chris Dickerson.
Phillies did a nice job in that last inning of manufacturing those runs in a way when you figure the ball Carlos hit, the walk, sac fly.
They appeal, no swing, says Darrell Cousins. Swing and a miss and a changeup. The beauty of a pitch down and away. It's a 1-2-3 eighth inning. The bullpen steps up one more time. We played 7.5 here in Philadelphia. Ryan Madson dealing with the off-speed pitch to take us to the bottom of the eighth. And much more are exclusively available through the Phillies. Visit the Game Used Collectibles kiosk at Citizens Bank Park behind section 126, or check out the Phillies Authentic shop at Phillies.com. Bottom of the eighth, the new pitcher for the Brewers is Carlos Villanueva. His 46th game. 1 win, no losses, a 4.96 earned run average. And he's on to face Ryan Howard, Jason Worth, and Raul Ibanez. Bringing in another catcher from the bullpen. I think that's Gutierrez. Maybe they'll use him as a pinch hitter in the top of the ninth. Dave Bush started for the Brewers. He went 6, allowed 3 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 5. He did a nice job. Roy Halladay, meanwhile, went 7 innings for the Phillies. He allowed 4 runs tonight. And Ryan is behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Brad Lidge, who was unavailable last night, available today. Jamie Moyer sitting in the bullpen tonight. He's sitting next to Chad Durbin out there. Because Jamie just wanted to take the game in with a different view tonight. There's Jamie. Jamie's thrown a couple times this week. He said today that he feels pretty good. Hoping maybe to get into some instructional league games sometime in the next few weeks. I think just the fact that he's out throwing through once in Los Angeles, once in Colorado.
Yeah, he wants to pitch again, that's for sure.
He also said that, you know, if it gets to the point where he can't pitch anymore, at least he knows he can throw batting practice and things like that. You know, he's got his boys to think of and his daughters as well. Jason Worth waits on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count to Ryan Howard. He's homered once tonight. Fouled off a few pitches. Villanueva throwing a lot more of the secondary pitches.
Well, he's decided he's not going to get hurt on a fastball, looks like, by Ryan Howard. So change-ups, breaking balls. That was a change-up there, 3-2. That's a look over towards third, and then snap his head back.
Looking for some inspiration from Sam Perlaza.
Oof.
Ryan's going to see his 10th pitch of this at bat.
Got a slider there, or a cutter. Something was coming in on him a little bit. A good swing.
So here it is, pitch number 10 for Ryan Howard. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive, base hit it to right. He had seen enough pitches that he was timing them one after another, and he finally got one that he could drive into fair territory.
He got a fastball that it looked like. Yeah, fastball. He got on top of that thing. Corey Hart, that ball had so much topspin on it. He wanted to make sure he corralled it. That was a surround me ball.
Let's see if the Phillies can get some insurance runs. They've done a pretty good job of this over the last couple of weeks, getting some extra runs late. Feels that wind hasn't died down yet.
No, it hasn't. So much for that. It may be blowing harder right now. When I heard it was supposed to die down as the night went on. Well, if it is, it's going to be about 3 in the morning. Oh, my. That's awful. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But, you know, that pitch is outside, and it's been outside all night, and that's fine. If you're going to call that, call it the whole game. Roy Halladay threw a lot of pitches in that area where it strikes.
Well, you saw the reaction for Jason Worth. I mean, Jason has one of the best eyes on the team, and you can see that by the number of pitches that he's taken this year.
Well, you know, it also puts you in a 0-2 hole.
Right.
Big difference to hit 1-1 or 0-2.
Shane Victorino waiting behind Raul Ibanez, who's in the on-deck circle. Two balls and 2 strikes the count to Jason.
See, V in a way likes to throw changeups to right-handed hitters too. He's throwing through Ryan Howard a few of them. Like he just bounced a changeup there.
Got a little bit of a hanger there.
That was slow coming up there. 75 on that breaking ball. Jason hit a curveball out off Dave Bush. It was down and away from him. He went out and kind of golfed it out and deep in the left field seats.
In the air to straightaway center field. That's well hit. Backing up is Dickerson. Does he have room? He does, right at the foot of the fence. There's one away. Boy, that ball was carrying.
Yeah, that really looked like it had a chance for a long way out there. Dickerson had a beat on it the whole time, though. Here it is, the breaking ball. That almost looks like the pitch he hit out earlier. Got it way up in the air, and I think he thought it had a chance, but here's Dickerson right at the fence, makes a play. Darn.
One gone. Here's Ibanez trying to get Ryan Howard home. Ryan's at first with one away. Led off the inning with a single. Phillies began to play tonight a game behind the Braves in the division. Braves are winning against the Marlins in the ninth. They lead the wild card by 3 over the Giants. The Giants and Matt Cain will face the Dodgers later on. Stunning to think the way things have changed in the National League, where the Phillies at 77 and 58 as Jeremy Jeffress is throwing in the pen for Milwaukee. The Phillies have played so well that they've not only climbed to within a game of the Braves, but they have the 3rd best record in the National League.
Yeah, and after they lost 4 in a row to Houston, facing that coast trip coming up with then the stopover in Denver, think, oh boy, this could get bad.
They've won 7 of 8 since then.
Right, totally turned it around in an environment where you wouldn't think that was going to happen, and it did. And to their credit, they have really changed things. And the Cardinals have really gone into a slide. The Rockies, the Padres have. The Giants are not playing all that great. And the Braves have still been playing pretty well, but the Phillies have just been a little bit better, and that's how they've been able to inch up on them.
Yeah, the Phillies have the best record in baseball since the 22nd of July. That's more than a month. And now they hit their time of the year, at least for this group, this core group. Three balls and 2 strikes to Raul.
Well, they really would like to run here. If he gets a fastball, he might really hammer it. If it's an off-speed pitch, it's really hard to throw even a guy like Ryan Howard out. It just depends whether they're afraid he's going to swing through it or not.
Ryan doesn't go. And a call, strike 3.
Well, good thing he didn't run. Villanueva must have made a perfect pitch here, down and away.
Got the plate. I think Raul thought it was low.
And if it's high enough, it's a perfect pitch.
Victorino started the 7th with a leadoff single. He's 1 for 3. He was eventually thrown out at the plate, and the Phillies scored 2 runs to take the lead 5-4. Ryan led off the inning with a single and still is carrying the conversation on with Prince over at first. Phillies haven't been able to move him up into scoring position. Well, his ears must be worn out tonight.
Well, there's a lot of people not happy tonight.
Play by Lucroy, and it's 1-2. Another 1-run gain for Charlie Manuel's team. It's become somewhat of a habit this year. Brad Lidge ready to come in. Line drive caught by Weeks. That one may have caught him. Grabbed it on the backhand just as it was going down to the infield dirt. We've played 8. We go to the 9th. It's time for Brad Lidge to come on. The Phillies retire the opposing team in order, which they've done 3 times tonight. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by the Xfinity Triple Play, your complete lineup for digital TV, high-speed internet, and home phone. Brad Lidge is the new pitcher for the Phillies, and he's on to try to close it out here in the 9th inning. J.C. Romero and Ryan Matson worked a 1-2-3 8th, and this is the 40th game for Brad. He's 1-1. 19 saves, 24 opportunities, a 3.57 earned run average. With his last save, he moved into 5th place all time on the Phillies franchise list with saves with 91, and he needs 3 more to tie Tug McGraw for 4th place. And he will face Alcides Escobar, Jonathan Lucroy, and then the pitcher's spot, although Matt Gamble has come out in the on-deck circle. to pinch hit for Lucroy.
Yeah, they have Gamble, as you said, Tom, who's out there, and then Council's available, another left-handed hitter, and then Kataris is a left-handed hitter who came in from the bullpen, the catcher.
Well, first it's Escobar. Brad picked up a save in that game on Thursday against the Rockies. And a slider for a strike. It's 0-1. Polanco is in a little bit and over toward the bag. Howard is in a little bit and over toward the bag. Over through that fastball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Brad has 9 saves in his last 10 games, or his last 10 opportunities. And it's 1-2.
2 really good sliders. Fastball wild.
And 2 really good sliders in totally different spots in the strike zone. Just got a piece of it. Hit himself in the box.
Another breaking ball, as Tom said, just got a little piece of that, or that would have been one of those. Hope Carlos Ruiz blocks it out, blocks it, strikeout sliders.
A 1-2 pitch. Over to third. On the ground, Polanco to a knee, straightens, one away.
That's why you play the line. You can give up a single to your left. You don't want to give up a double to your right. And I'm not saying that would have been a double because it wasn't hit real hard, but it was still going to be a tough backhand play. As it was where he is, it's an easy play. Look, he's over here on the line, and now the ball is hit right here, and it's right at him. Well, that's why there's a lot of theories on whether you guard the line or you don't in late innings, and it's just a personal choice.
There's Sam Perlazo. He is aligning the defense, the infield defense. And Ken Maka will send Matt Gamble up to pinch hit with 1 out here in the top of the 9th. And a swing and a miss at the slider. Another good pitch. First time that Gamble is up as a pinch hitter this year. Just called back up. 246 career hitter. Taras waiting on deck.
And Ken Maka bringing a couple left-handed hitters off his bench.
0-2 the count. Phillies again with the same setup. Jimmy is shaded toward the middle a little bit. Big hole on the left side for the left-handed hitting Gamble. No balls, 2 strikes the count to him.
People wanted that to be a strike, huh? Including us.
Another piece. But he is just firing one slider after another.
He has a lot of confidence in that pitch. He knows, he just not has real command with his fastball, but he's had a couple different breaking balls he's been able to throw.
25-year-old Matt Gamble. And a fastball called strike 3. What a surprise. 2 away here in the 9th.
And what a great spot, too. Brad has struggled with that pitch a little bit. His slider's been unbelievable, but he can't throw a better location fastball. This guy's opening up, trying to pull, hit the ball out of the ballpark to tie the game. Watch him go wide open. Freezing. Absolutely frozen. That's like a December night. Ryan Howard liked it.
What a decision by Ruiz to throw it at that spot. So Kataris will pitch hit. Another lefty. He's the backup catcher for the Brewers.
If you're going to throw a fastball to a left-handed hitter who's opening up like that, you want to throw it away.
Good sign that he was able to get it away.
Yep.
1 ball, 1 strike the count. many have left tonight. 45,393. And they have been loud. 1-2 the count. Lidge 1 strike away from closing the door of the Brewers. What a sight.
Place is great. What entertainment down here. Night after night, day after day.
That's not a bad pitch at all. Terrace disciplined not to swing at it. And it's 2-2. Everybody's on their feet. Swing and a miss. Oh, he got a piece of it. And it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just barely got a piece of it.
Boy, he did just barely get a piece of that. It looked like it dropped straight down after he hit it. Right? Yeah, see Carl. Well, no, he did have some leather.
Yeah,
he did get some leather on it. Yeah, and then fell down.
And it's 3-2. The top of the order is due up next for the Brewers. Here's Ricky Weeks. In the air to left center field. Pretty well hit. Victorino on the run toward the track. Reaches up and he makes the catch. And the Phillies are 20 games over the 500 mark with another 1-run victory. Brad Lidge earns his 20th save of the season. And Roy Halladay is a 17-game winner. And our Chevrolet player of the game, it was his wheels and his decision-making that gave the Phils the lead and eventually the victory. Wilson Valdez. Well, you have to win games every which way to get to October. The Phillies, they won a nifty one tonight.
You figure last night they won a game on a misplay in the outfield and then on contact scoring a run, a 1-0 game. And then we talked about what a great job Wilson Valdez did to come in and turn the game around and get them 2 runs, help get them 2 runs and win the game.
Well, down in Florida, the Atlanta Braves have shut out the Marlins 2-0. Alex Gonzalez had both RBIs, so the Phillies still a game back in the National League East, but their lead in the wild card has increased to 3.5 over San Francisco, 6.5 over Colorado, and it's at 6.5 over the St. Louis Cardinals. Another victory for the Phils. They've won the first 2 games of this homestand. They win it by 1.